I don't think that anyone would deny the troubled history that these three religions have in interacting with each other. If you really look at how those beliefs are manifested in music or the musical practices of each faith, I think there's some pretty strong commonalities that far outweigh the differences. I don't know that I could claim just one source of inspiration for the project. I could point to my mission that I served in New York City and Bermuda, where I encountered people of various faiths and religions. So the main purpose of Sacred Sounds is to allow visitors to cultivate empathy between Judaism, Islam, and Christianity specifically, through the lens of music. And especially if you are trying to learn about another culture or people or faith, there needs to be a sense of humility and willingness to be corrected and a willingness to learn. Viewers will start their experience here in this display case. They'll see objects from BYU Special Collections. So this audio tour is actually the focal point of the exhibit space. Each track number, musical example, corresponds with a panel on the wall which has the translated text on it. And so I'm asking visitors to listen instead of look. And so it starts by listening to music, but by the end, you know, you're listening to people.
Many religious traditions reverence the spoken word of Scripture. Many religious traditions recognize divinity in sound and recognize a kind of creative force, a divine creative force in sound. And so I think one thread that might run through the three traditions represented here is a kind of reverence for spoken or chanted sacred words.
But we've also got represented here by this beautiful prayer rug and prayer bench the postures of prayer that are used in practice. In Islam, there's a sacred practice of kneeling and bowing. In Judaism, there is a lot of standing and sitting and bowing and bending that takes place. And then finally in Christianity, I think we're familiar with the practice of kneeling.
Collaborating with Maddie and everybody has given me an idea of what can be created when we pool our efforts together. And this show, I think, really did bring together strengths of the different faiths, and it had a very positive and sort of, let's look at the things that we can share and the things that bring us together and the similarities and the beautiful differences.
The purpose of the Unity Gospel Choir, as I see it, is to let everybody know that Jesus Christ loves them.
We felt strongly that we needed to be able to document some of these experiences, and film is such a wonderful way to do that. We were able to showcase them practicing worship in their spaces.
All that have life and breath, praising the Lord, shout to the Lord, hallelujah.
We went to them, like we went up to the Khadija Islamic Center up in like South Jordan. We went to the Kolami congregation, and we went to the Luke Singers and the Unity Gospel Choir. Like pretty much we want to hear what you have to say.
We were lucky enough to go and have an interview with Imam Muhammad Muhtar, and he allowed us to film the Friday prayer service. Usually the women and the men are separate for that part, but you know, he was just fine with me being in the men's section while I was watching this take place, and so that was a wonderful experience to, you know, be able to be there with them.
I think inspiring learning happens when a student is able to take ideas from different disciplines that they've studied and from different things that they're interested in and synthesize those in a way that gives them a sense of what their purpose is and what they're supposed to contribute to the world after they leave here.
I think what's so nice about this idea of experiential learning and kind of more this focus is that it, at least for me, it prepares me to be to be a better practitioner in my field.
I'm extremely grateful for BYU because I know I wouldn't be doing anything like this with the caliber of people.
One thing that I will forever be grateful for is when it's come to inspiring learning, BYU has never told me no. I've been able to do pretty much anything I could have ever dreamed of and more.
And to accomplish what we have, I don't think I would be able to do it outside of this context. So
I feel very grateful and blessed to be part of an institution that attracts people who are willing to donate and spend money investing on me because they feel like I'm worth it. And that's definitely made things like this possible.